Hey girls, Sally here from Bridalicious. As a married couple living together, you become each other's lifelong playmates. How cool is that? I can't encourage you enough to create a culture of play in your marriage that becomes the norm rather than the exception. Have play dates, adventure weekends, try each other's hobbies, and set yourself a physical challenge to conquer together, like an adventure race or an active holiday. This will ensure that together you thrive at your health, both as individuals, but also as a couple. So this week's play topic looks at that of the horizontal variety. I can't help but feel like a bit of a parent giving the talk about the birds and the bees, but it's really important to highlight that men and women are different when it comes to horizontal play. A healthy sexual relationship with your husband will go a long way in serving your marriage. And there are 6 things to know about this rather intimate subject. Thanks, buddy, for your contribution. That's my dog. Firstly, sex begins in the kitchen. While men focus on sex, women focus on relationship. In fact, women often find it really difficult to be interested in sex after an argument. But ironically, men often think that sex will solve the argument or whatever relational problem exists. Realistically, this isn't the case, and after an argument, apologies and forgiveness should come first before any make-up sex. Probably speaking to the boys here. Another reality for many women is that sex begins in the kitchen, not in the bedroom. In other words, if you've taken the time to understand and speak each other's love languages, and yours is acts of service, then your husband could heat things up by washing the dishes or taking out the garbage. Similarly, if words of affirmation are your love language, complimenting you on a meal or how beautiful you look might get your heart rate up. So communicate with your husband whatever makes you feel special and bedroom ready, as it's all a learning experience for both parties who genuinely desire to please each other. The second difference between men and women in sex is that for most women, foreplay is more important than the actual act of sex itself. It's often the warm-up and anticipation that's more important than the actual game of horizontal play for many women. If this is the case for you, then a great acronym that you could share with your man in the bedroom is to adhere to the pace of ASAP, otherwise translated as slow as possible. Again, it's a matter of personal preference. Thirdly, it's not meant to be like the movies. Mutual sexual satisfaction does not require simultaneous climax. Contrary to Hollywood movies, couples rarely have a simultaneous climax, so don't put that sort of pressure on yourself. So next up, horizontal play is more than just physical. Sex is so much more than just a physical act. It's the coming together of guy and girl in body, soul, heart, and spirit. So cultivate an emotionally healthy marriage and you'll cultivate a healthy physical marriage too. Bring on horizontal play. 5th, communication is key. It unlocks sexual fulfillment. So sharing and listening to your partner with empathy helps you discover what you're each thinking and feeling and how to best serve each other in the act of horizontal play. Finally, name the past. It's important to know that the past never actually remains in the past. As much as rehashing old territory is something that you don't want to do on a regular basis, it can kind of be awkward. I believe it's essential to share your sexual history with your fiance or husband. If knowing the truth about past sexual experiences is difficult for either of you, then work through these issues together until you come to a place of peace about it. If needed, seek the support of a counsellor in this process. So hopefully these ideas will help you to tackle horizontal play in marriage with a much more realistic view. And with a realistic view of sexual fulfillment, you'll better be equipped to develop a healthy sexual relationship together. So my encouragement to transform your horizontal play is to discuss the 6 areas with your partner. Sex begins in the kitchen, going ASAP, it's not meant to be like the movies, communication is key, and naming the past. Consider how these affect your horizontal play. If you're after a quality read on the topic, check out Sheet Music by Kevin Leman. I'll put the link below. It's a great read.